Hello, my wonderful Cancerians. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of those of you that are currently not in communication with your person. So, as per usual, I will be starting off with an oracle and we can clarify the existing energies with tarot. Okay. Okay. So we have two cards for you guys. We have sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. Okay. And then we have soul tie. I always feel connected to you. This may be someone who is at a physical distance from you as well. I understand that you're not communicating with this person, but there could definitely be physical distance between you both as well. Well, despite the distance, this person definitely still feels very connected to you. But with the sabotage card, this person may feel like this, connection here was a case of self sabotage or they were in their own way and that affected, them fully being able to connect with you. What's coming through here is someone with very strong guards up, someone who has an issue with being emotionally open with you, or they have an issue discussing their emotions just to anyone. It doesn't have to be specifically you, but I do see them struggling with emotional intimacy and being open with, again, how they feel towards you. But they feel very connected to you, and soul tie could be something that's a little difficult to break, or something that you feel like has a deeper meaning because it's more consistent, or it's usually like an energy of, even if there's distance, you are still feeling connected to this person or still feeling very drawn to them no matter really what happens here. So very strong energy. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. It's interesting for these energies to be coming out in a no contact spread because that's someone who really wants to turn over a new leaf with you. As far as the Ace of Cups, I feel like this person really wants to pour their heart out to you, or they want to tell you how they really feel because this is something that they feel like they were not doing in the past. As far as the Ace of Pentacles, this person could be someone who really wants to provide for you, or they want to offer you something very stable. It's pretty much someone who feels ready to lay, the groundwork so that you guys could build something very like a very stable foundation. So I'm going to start off by seeing how they're viewing you this week. Oh, wow. Okay, Nine of Wands. They feel like you do not trust them, Cancer. They're viewing you as very guarded. You could have this person blocked because a Nine of Wands could speak about a blocked energy or someone who quite literally has no way to get through to you. But they're viewing you as someone who does not trust them, someone who's very defensive when it comes to them. And not only that, they feel like you have set very clear boundaries with them. Okay, so they don't believe that you're open to communicating with them. They don't believe that you're looking for a solution. You are more so, or they're viewing you as someone who's more so protecting your energy, not really in a space of wanting to give it to someone else. Okay, we have the King of Cups. Okay. And the Five of Cups in the challenge position. I mean, someone who misses you dearly. And, with the King of Cups as well as the Five of Cups there, I feel, guys, that this person views you as someone that they're not only emotionally connected to, they may view you as someone who has a way of understanding them and possibly what they have gone through in their past or what they've experienced, encountered, that sort of thing. But with the Five of Cups, there's a lot of regret. There's a lot of disappointment. Five of Cups is an energy of pretty much focusing on what has already happened and having a hard time moving on from that. So I do believe this person is trying to heal, but they also feel like they were in their own way when it came to pursuing a connection with you. I also feel here with the King of Cups, that could be someone who is trying their best to feel emotionally balanced. It could be someone who's going to therapy, counseling, or just talking to a friend so that they don't feel like they're on an emotional roller coaster. But there is a lot of disappointment this week because for the King of Cups and the Five of Cups to come out in the challenge position, it's a pretty clear message that your person is feeling challenged because losing you was a major loss for them. It was it took a toll on them emotionally, and it's something that is still affecting them clearly if it's showing up here. So, the way that you're viewing them, the Tower cards, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Seems to me that either you were not prepared for this connection in some way, possibly more specifically in the beginning stages. The second thing that I'm getting here, Cancer, is you may be viewing this separation as something that occurred very abruptly, where it's like, okay, I didn't know this was going to happen, or I didn't know this is the way it was going to happen. So even if you anticipated an ending and, intuitively, it could be that you did not know it was going to transpire the way that it actually did. You're having an awakening about this person this week. Okay, you're either seeing persistent numbers, persistent signs, or there's a sign here that is very constant, and it's presenting itself to you for a reason. And the Tower could even be when you're having this like full circle or like aha moment, like something is starting to make sense to you. Was it a case of self sabotage? Was this person actually dishonest? There's something that you were confused about in the past that is coming full circle for you this week, is what I see. We have the Page of Cups in your feelings, and we have the Justice card. Some of you could be dealing with the Libra. Seems to me that there are emotions here, right? And so with the Page of Cups there, this could be someone that you admire, this could be someone that, or a connection that you had high hopes for. But the Justice card is about standing your ground, or at least standing in your truth, and not letting your emotions ultimately derail you from this path or this vision that you have for yourself. So your truth could obviously vary. It is a general read, but the Justice speaks about being very honest with yourself. It speaks about doing the very thing that may feel difficult, but it also feels like the right thing to do. So for some of you, it could be you're standing your ground in terms of you're remaining silent, or you're standing your ground in terms of doing what you're, or following your heart. The Page of Cups could be when you're just following your intuition or your heart, like you feel like what is right, and so you're going in that direction here. We have the Four of Swords. There's something about you trying to be fair about this situation as well. Four of Swords, and we have the Hermit. Some of you could be dealing with the Virgo. Yeah, there's something about you almost, it's either you want the situation to feel more fair, okay, or you feel like something was done in this dynamic where you're kind of like, that was either a low blow or I received the short end of the stick. And so you're wanting something to kind of like balance out here. And with the Hermit as well as the Four of Swords, I think you're going to choose to keep silent with this person. Four of Swords is you focusing on your healing, focusing on, feeling like yourself again. And the Hermit is you feeling like you're going through a very dark period, but the Lantern is symbolic for something being illuminated to you. So, you see what I mean? Even with the Tower, I did say something's being illuminated to you. It's a very big awakening that is happening here when it comes to this connection that you share with this person here. And Four of Swords and the Hermit is when you're healing, and you could even feel very alone, even though you feel like periods of time in solitude is crucial. But there is some sort of good in it, right? The Lantern, there is some sort of knowledge that you're gaining where you're able to move forward. So the King of Cups is being clarified by the World card, okay? And then the Five of Cups is being clarified by the Page of Swords. This person is definitely keeping tabs on you, any way they can, right? Maybe you guys, it's social media, it's tarot readings, whatever it is. They're disappointed in their past, but they can't stop paying attention to you, or they're still very curious about what you're up to. With the King of Cups clarifying the World card, guys, it is a very heavy energy. It's someone viewing you as having completed a cycle. This person may feel like they are being introduced to a new version of Cancer, or they're not used to this version of you, really. It seems to me that they feel in the past you were completely different, or certain things that made you happy, or in other words, certain things that you would tolerate, you are no longer doing so in the present. So they're viewing you as, wow, Cancer has really changed, and they're just not the same person that they used to be. And I don't really see it as negative. It just seems to me that they feel you are just more self-focused, or you are just not the same person you were in the connection. So maybe you're not as emotionally invested, that sort of thing. There's some sort of change that you've made that is visible to this person, is what I see. And they feel like, that chapter or that part of Cancer's life is over, is how they're viewing you in the challenge position here. And they, in a way, this person may feel like they were present in a chapter of your life, but they're not really going to be present moving forward because you are choosing not to, engage with them. And so, with the Page of Swords as well as the Five of Cups, I also see it as someone who is not only very curious, I think that they're being very strategic in terms of, yes, I want a turn of events, but what should I say? Or what can I say that is actually something that Cancer will believe? There could be some sort of strategy behind communication. So we have the Queen of Swords in their feelings, and we have the Hierophant. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, but what I see is someone who has either recently, went through an ending. So it could be like an end of a commitment. It could just be speaking about the separation here, but I'll give you a few scenarios. It could also be someone who has either cut ties with an individual, or there's something that they have been committed to most of their, life that they're putting an end to. The other thing I see here is someone who is well aware that you're upset with them. So how they feel is, Cancer has their back turned towards me, but there's some sort of anger or frustration that they're holding on to as well. And with the Hierophant in their feelings, I feel like it's someone who's learning a lot about this connection, or they're ready for some sort of elevation because of what they know now that wasn't very clear to them in the past. We have the King of Pentacles in their feelings and the Two of Pentacles. What do I do next is really what's going on in their feelings. King of Pentacles, it could be someone who's well off, or someone who's doing, good for themselves. But the Two of Pentacles is someone who does feel like they're juggling quite a bit, or they have a lot of responsibilities. But there's an energy of wanting to do, figuring out what their next steps are, wanting to invest, or provide for you. We did see the Ace of Pentacles as we opened your spread. So for some of you, it's like, okay, I know this has happened, but I'm willing to invest, or be a stable here. So we have the Knight of Cups, followed by the Five of Swords in the potential outcome. Okay, what's the Knight of Cups? The High Priestess, the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups. Very conflicted is what I see in the potential outcome. Someone who's going back and forth mentally because they still feel very emotionally connected to you. And Knight of Cups and High Priestess is what's bothering your person in the potential outcome here is the fact that they are keeping their emotions to themselves. They're holding on to some sort of hope. They're holding on to some sort of faith, but the fact that they have kept their emotions to themselves for a very long time is really upsetting them. Now, Knight of Cups and the High Priestess could also be this person feeling intuitively guided to apologize or come forward with an emotional confession, but they also feel like there would be some sort of conflict with the Five of Swords and the Two of Cups, like either conflict between the both of you, or it would cause conflict in other areas of their life here. So let's see. What do they want to communicate? And there's a lot this person keeps to themselves in terms of their, emotions. And this connection with you is something they are going to continue feeling conflicted about, because there's a very uneasy feeling that is associated with, the connection that you guys share. So it says, I can't reach out. Interesting. And I did say, guys, like this could be someone who wants to apologize to you with the Knight of Cups energy, but they feel like it would cause some sort of conflict with the Five of Swords. So for some of you, this person feels like you are a changed person, or they're watching some sort of an ending kind of close out with you, but they could be, committed elsewhere, or they're focused on another commitment in their life. There's definitely a restriction here when it comes to reaching out to you. And again, Knight of Cups, Five of Swords, that's like someone who wants to speak to you, but they feel like it would either, like I said, cause a conflict between the both of you, or it would cause a conflict elsewhere, like another area in their life. I I miss being with you. So this could be someone that you would hang out with quite often or frequently here, but they definitely miss being in your presence. They definitely miss your company here. Okay. I am not over you. And this is what I was getting at. It's someone who desperately wants to speak to you, but there are restrictions that they feel. And even if we're not speaking about their restrictions, they also are viewing you as completely being done with them or done with this cycle with that King of Cups and World card energy. And then it says, I still feel the pain. So with I'm not over you and I still feel the pain, I again, this person is reminded of you, there's disappointment, and this person may be, connecting elsewhere or trying to connect with someone new, but they're so conflicted about you. So they're not, if it's visible to you that this person is invested in another situation, there's a lot going on internally. There's still thoughts of you or thoughts of what could have happened between the both of you. There's a lot of mental conflict, is the best way for me to explain that energy. And then bottom of the deck, guys, it says, I saved your texts and messages. Okay, so maybe think back to something that you've texted this person or a conversation, whether it's positive, something positive, or maybe something that just meant a lot to this person. They are going back and rereading these messages here, is what I'm seeing. Okay. So, my wonderful Cancerians, that is what I'm getting for you this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.